Radio check.
Yeah. Radio check. Yeah. Yeah.
Radio check, radio check. Okay. All right, and here we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Hype's house.
Yo, welcome in.
We're so glad you're back in the house with us.
Yes.
It's season 2, episode 12.
Really?
Yeah, we're trying. We in there.
Like swimwear.
So we're so glad you here. Come on in, take your shoes off in my house.
Leave your socks on.
Leave your socks on. You know it. Okay, we're gonna do what we always do, and we're gonna talk sports. All right.
Let's get it.
It's still playoffs. That's what we're talking about. You know it already. You know this. All right. We still talking about the NBA playoffs. This episode, we're going to talk about where we were right and where we were wrong.
Man,
we had some wrong moments. We
was
wrong. We're going to talk about it. We're mature enough to admit when we were wrong. And that's what we're going to do.
You by yourself on that.
You don't want to admit it?
No.
No, well, you're going to have to admit it, okay? Because that's what we're going to talk about first. Where were we wrong? Phoenix Suns lost, dog.
Yeah, man, my dog CP.
Phoenix Suns lost, dog.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
CP kind of, took too many melatonin or something. He went to sleep.
Yeah, well, we're going to get into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first question to you is, Phoenix Suns lost, right? Whose fault was it?
That's a tough one.
I know.
That's a tough
Whose fault was it? We just knew they were going to win, and we were wrong. So tell me, whose fault was it?
I think, number one, I'm just going to say, Jason Kidd outcoached Monty Williams. He outcoached him.
I absolutely agree. I was hoping you would say the coach aspect of it.
Which, that's rare for Monty Williams to get outcoached because he was the coach of the year.
Yeah.
So for him to get outcoached and not make an adjustment as fast as he usually would, that was kind of different. I wasn't expecting him to not be ready for what Jason Kidd was bringing.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Jason Kidd just adjusted to what they were doing and attacked some of the older players on the Phoenix Suns. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
He attacked CP, which is a smaller player.
Kind of what the Pelicans was doing.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
So they attacked the weakest link, which CP still is a good defender. He's just not a great defender anymore.
Right.
So they attacked the shortest person on the court, which they could do because they had some of the bigger players.
That's true.
On the perimeter with the guards, as far as Luka and Brunson and Reggie Bullock. So those are bigger players. So they attacked CP, and they really couldn't do nothing about it. And I think CP was tired from that previous series.
Yeah, I
they
think
kind of
that
wore him
took
down.
a lot of energy out of him.
Man,
he didn't have the same in this series because he had played a couple of expeditions. Like he was like playing it for real with us. Those last couple of games. Yeah. Like it was like perfect.
He went off.
Yeah.
I think that was 90% of the juice he had left for the playoffs.
Right.
When he
kept saying ever since he turned how 37. Something changed. Something changed in him.
I don't necessarily think it was the age. I think that he had to push so hard to beat the Pelicans that it took a lot out of him.
You think so?
I think so because Chris Paul is more of a patient worker. Mm-hmm. He's one of those workers. If he's at the job, he's gonna take his time and do the job right. He's not gonna rush to hurry up and get finished. So with the Pelicans, he had to rush and hurry up and get finished before they pull out something that they're not supposed to pull out.
Yeah, because
so he was like,
close.
so he was like, oh, they
They too
close. So let me hurry up. So
Right.
he did a speed job at the job.
Right.
So
Yeah,
once he
did
did
a
the
rush
speed job, the next day you're not gonna be as productive, right?
Right.
On the job.
Right.
So I think that took a lot out of him. But
Okay, well,
that
where
happens.
does the fault lay with the other players on Phoenix, like Booker and
Booker wasn't good in game 7. He wasn't good at all. So I don't think nobody showed up. I think the Pelicans got a lot out of the whole team.
yeah?
And actually, I think Willie Green was starting to get close to out-coaching Monty Williams.
I know.
So I think they had to use so much of their brain, so much of their knowledge, and find a way to get an what word do I want to use? They had to find a way to get an advantage over the Pelicans that it took so much out of them
I agree.
for the next series.
I agree.
And Luka step back was ready.
He was.
Step back and Jason Kidd was ready.
Yeah,
And they ain't have enough, so that's crazy. The Pelicans that crazy.
Yeah.
They're gonna be scared. That's
I
ano-
know.
But that's another
That
story
made me
for another day,
excited
but they're gonna be
because
scared.
When I see how Dallas handled Phoenix, it kind of made me feel like, dang, we were so close.
Yeah.
We could have done that. We could have done that.
Big Beignet, it would have been over.
Big Beignet?
It
Right.
would have been over.
We need
So,
Zion.
yeah, you
I
know.
don't know where he got the nickname from.
You
but-
know, y'all know y'all like that pot on y'all mouth, Big Beignet.
Wow. Okay, so my next question about this series, where we were wrong. What does this say about Chris Paul? That once again, he gets close. He's in the playoffs. I mean, he's not as close as he was last year, but he's close and he couldn't do it. Honestly, we love Chris Paul. So we have been giving fault to other people, other players, other things around him.
No, the expectation when you're great is crazy, right?
Right.
So everybody around him is so good when he's on your team, but he's never really had, and I love Devin Booker. Devin Booker is a really good player, really talented young player, but he's never really had a LeBron, a Wade, a Carmelo Anthony. He's never had those players in their prime to play with him.
So we shouldn't expect him to do it all by himself.
It's hard to be that great by yourself for so long, and that's the truth. Mm-hmm. LeBron needed Kyrie. LeBron needed Dwayne Wade. He needed those players in their prime at their best for him to win a championship.
So you don't think Booker is in his prime?
No. Booker hasn't gotten to that level yet. Okay. He's becoming a superstar, but he hasn't become that yet.
I agree.
So it still lays a lot on Chris Paul's shoulders. If he had that game-changing player alongside of him, different story. When they rescinded the trade for him to go to Los Angeles to play with Kobe, they knew
that it was going to be over with.
That's too great. Both of them super smart, probably the smartest player in the league at the time.
A Kobe and a Chris Paul?
That's too much. You won't beat them. Because basically they're going to lay out the blueprint how to beat everybody. Because they both very intelligent and very smart. So,
IQ.
They didn't want that to happen. So I just think that's what it was with him. He just haven't had that top tier Hall of Fame player to play alongside him because you need that now. Especially now. That's hard. And Devin Booker's almost there, but he hasn't turned the corner yet.
I'm going to be honest. I really wanted to see something special for Chris Paul in the playoffs because he is getting older, right? But I'm going to say at points with the Pelicans and with Dallas, he disappeared a little bit.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And I know we talked about, we think it took a lot out of him for the Pelicans. So, I mean, it was a little rough for him. He was on his own. He doesn't have that high caliber. But it feels like every year we're giving him excuses.
Yeah.
This year it's starting to feel like, dang, maybe it's him.
It's let me tell you something about the game of basketball. Even if you're great, it's hard to win by yourself. LeBron was in Cleveland for a lot of years and they was getting to the finals. Could never win it.
Because he was
by himself. Couldn't do it. That's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to win by yourself. Especially being the best player your whole career. With nobody else on side of you that's good enough to contend with
see what
It's
you're
hard,
saying.
man.
A
It's
lot of
hard.
stuff. Because I
It's
see what you're
hard.
saying. If you're the best player, you've been like that all year, you put expectations on yourself. The team put expectations on you. The coach puts expectations on you. It's a
tough,
different
man.
level.
Then he's small. It's not like he's 6'9", 240 like LeBron. He's
Right.
6 foot, 180, 190.
Yeah.
6 foot going against 6'6", 7 foot players. Every year you gotta be the best on the floor. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough, man. I'm just me. That's tough.
Yeah.
For me, just playing the game, that's hard.
So when they go back in
That's
the
hard.
lab, Phoenix,
Hard.
when they go back in the lab, what do they need to work on?
They need another piece. I don't know what they're gonna do with Aiden, DeAndre
I've
Aiden.
been hearing rumors.
But they need another.
Because he wanted a contract extension.
They need another shot. Somebody that can create their own shot. Somebody that can do something extra besides him and Booker. Mikal Bridges can do that, but he plays a lot of defense. He's a defensive stopper.
Right.
So that's a lot on him to say, give me 25 to 20 points a game. They need somebody that can score on Phoenix alongside them two. I don't think them two just can do it. And then Aiden, he plays 4 games great.
Yeah,
and then
I was
the next
gonna say,
two
did you
games,
feel like he was disappointing?
the next 2 games, where's Waldo? The coach benched him. Monty Williams benched him.
Yeah.
And he was like mad on the sideline. They passed a few words.
Yeah, but it's like, what were you doing?
So, I don't know, that kind of got me a little bit. And I was like, he can't be playing up to his potential. That's why he kind of sat him on the side and said, look, you ain't having a good day, I'm going to sit you down. So, I mean, that's tough. That's
You
really
think
what I
that
have to say
affected
about
his talks as far as the extension, the contract, how much?
Yeah. But, man, if you want some money, you got to go ball.
Yeah.
You got the ball, Cole. You got the ball, Cole. Ain't no well, a little hit of this and a little bit of that. You got the ball, Cole. I tell you, Cole. You got the play now.
All right, so let's talk about where we were right. Okay.
Oh, come on, this is my favorite part. My favorite part.
Boston. Okay, they killed it. They killed the defending champs.
That was tough.
Yes. What? How many games did they go up to? Was it game 6?
6.
6. Yeah. Okay, so my first question about the series was, what was missing from Milwaukee?
Oh, Cash Money Miller.
I know. I was gonna say that's like number 1.
That's, man. Drew Holiday tried to turn into a scorer.
Yeah.
He tried to turn into what I was speaking of with Phoenix, with Mikal Bridges.
Uh-huh.
Drew Holiday plays defense so hard.
Right.
It's hard to put up 30 on the offensive end because you're playing defense so hard.
Yeah.
That's
it's
hard.
It's hard to be two-way.
It's hard. You have to know how to balance it. He doesn't know how to balance it because he's never been put in that position to put up 25 or 30 every game. He usually just the defense. Right.
Yeah.
That's hard when that's not what you do. So he tried to turn into that, but he had a bad series.
Did they have
Super
another
bad.
piece on there that could have turned into that so that he could have stayed confident and he could have stayed strong on what he does do? Was there somebody else there?
That's a hard no.
Yeah.
Because Bobby, he ain't gonna do it.
Bobby.
Bobby ain't gonna do it.
Bobby
we speaking on Bobby Portis, but Bobby Portis, no.
Well, eventually y'all gonna get our nicknames for everybody. I mean, it's not really a nickname, but when you talk about Bobby, you gotta say it like Whitney did. Bobby.
That's how Bobby,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yes.
Bobby. But no, they didn't have enough, and Drew's not used to that. So Giannis tried. Giannis had 46, but Tatum had 47.
Yeah.
So Tatum, like I'm matching. So I think I'm gonna give Tatum his flowers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now Booker.
See, all these nicknames.
Booker hasn't had that breakout game like Tatum. They just say, okay, mano y mano. I'm about to go. You going ham? I'm going ham sauce. So he hasn't had that game yet.
That was really my next question. Was what put the Celtics over the top to?
Tatum just went to another level.
Yeah.
And they're in the same, draft class,
Yeah.
him and Booker. But Tatum just went to another level. He was like, nah, not this year.
Wow.
You're not beating me this year.
Right.
So he told Giannis, let's do it.
And I thought the series was so exciting. Like
That was
they were good games.
that was one of probably the best series
Besides
so far.
the Pelicans and the Phoenix, because
Yeah,
that was
that was
good.
dope.
That was
All right, we know that.
That was good.
That was really dope.
But I did like I did like Boston
that was
and
good.
Milwaukee too.
But you know the Greek Freak will be back.
He put on, yeah, of course.
You know he'll be back with a vengeance.
Yeah,
that dude.
And I love his mentality because what he's gonna do is focus on what I gotta improve.
Yeah.
What can I improve? What can I improve?
Yeah.
He gonna do
and
that.
he always come back the next year.
I really think just that missing piece of Middleton was really like.
Yeah, but I really think Boston was better too because defensively, Boston.
True. They lock you up. They do.
There was a better defensive team than Milwaukee, and Milwaukee's a really good defense.
Good, yeah.
But Boston just defense it was on another level.
It was another level.
And Tatum was guarding, like the series before with the Nets. He was guarding KD straight up.
Yeah.
No help.
No help.
And he was locking.
Locking him up.
And I was like, oh, if he do that.
He gonna be crazy.
See, Booker hasn't got to that point yet. Let me check the best player I want. He hasn't gotten there yet.
He tries sometimes.
He tries. He can.
Yeah.
But Tatum just
he
over there hurting. Yeah, he's ready. So
okay.
I'm my youngster, old Tatum.
I do like the Celtics.
Old Tatum.
Like Tatum.
That boy coming through. So
okay. So we were also right with Miami and the 76ers. I believe we were. Did we think about it?
Yeah, I had Jimmy Buckets. I had Buckets coming through.
Yeah,
Buckets gonna show up.
Yeah, he did.
Mr. Harden. I don't know what Harden was, man. You know, Harden.
Well, let me ask you this. My only question for this series is, out of these three, only these three options, who is to blame for the 76ers loss? Embiid? Who the most? I mean, everybody could be, but who the most? Embiid, Harden, or their coach?
It's maybe two, but you can left Embiid out.
I just threw him in there
because
when you think 76ers,
Embiid got drop kicked in the face.
Right.
He was the mask. Yeah. Jim Carrey. He also.
Ooh, you got bars.
The
mask. Jim Carrey.
He had his thumb messed up, so I ain't gonna mess with the mask.
Okay.
Leave the mask on.
He out.
Now you go pay Harden, the real Mr. Step Back, all this money to bring him in to fill a void if Embiid can't be 100%.
And didn't
gave
show
you 40%. 40%.
But once again, are you surprised?
No. I talk about this a lot on the show now.
We do talk about
You
this
know
a
where
lot.
he go.
Where
baby now. To the club. Get them hot wings after the club close. You know how he do.
Right.
IHOP maybe. Waffle House for sure. You know. So, that's hard. I think Harden said some years back when he was in Houston, he used to go to sleep maybe 4 or 5 in the morning, get up and go to practice for 9, 10 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Stay out all night, sleep 2 hours, go to practice.
Okay, but he's older now. He got to cut that down.
Right. But that was it. He's slowing down now. Because he had a quote the other day that he said, I've been doing too much. I got to get myself together, get ready to play.
Okay.
Now the old Harden, he say the old Harden's coming back. We shall see.
What's the old
5 heartbeats.
Yeah.
We shall see. We'll see. I'll see. That's what he say. That's what they say. So we'll see. I'm gonna be looking for you, Harden.
Okay. So any takeaways you got from that Miami 76ers game you want to end it with?
No. Miami just a tougher team.
Yeah.
Doc Rivers, his adjustment was kind of he's a player's coach.
Yes.
But the old school mentality along with being a player's coach has to change.
Yeah.
I think he has to mix in some of this young, energetic things to your repertoire.
Would
if you're a coach.
You would put Kerr in the older mentality.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but Kerr has Curry and Draymond
to influence
and
him. I feel
Klay
like
Thompson, and they're kind of with the young stuff.
Yeah.
So Kerr adds some of that young.
Yeah.
Then he gets the young players.
Yeah.
And Kerr actually feels young.
Yeah.
Doc Rivers look like he's getting older.
Yeah.
When you see him out there coaching, like the mentality, the mindset.
Yeah.
So Kerr's that's a good point. Kerr's with the
He could go back and forth.
Yeah.
Same thing with Monty, I think.
Yeah. So
He young and he older, but I feel like he young.
Yeah, Kerr probably can do the new dance moves. Doc Rivers will probably have trouble.
Yeah.
Like, what leg first? What leg second? Because he old school.
Wait, did you say second?
Yeah, second. But it's cool. I get it. But Doc Rivers had to do a little sprinkle, man. You got to do a little sprinkle, man. And get his players to be more energetic and more ready for the moment. Because he still got that old school mentality. Get in class, do your work, eat your food, go to bed.
Right.
You got to have them with some kind of, some got to be excited. Some has to be excited.
I agree.
So it's not no excitement in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree.
I think Embiid tries it, but Doc just stuck in his ways. I think he's stuck.
I agree.
So it's cool.
So we're going to say Harden was no help. That was the most difficult.
And Doc couldn't adjust.
He
couldn't adjust. He could have, but he didn't.
Okay. Well, there was one series we really didn't know which way it would go. I mean, we kind of did because we said without Ja Morant, we don't think Memphis can pull all the way through. Even though they did win a game without him.
Without him.
So that's why we were like, we're on the fence.
They play faster without him. They play a lot faster without him.
I wonder why you think that is. I'm sorry, we're talking about Golden State and Memphis.
They had to because you can rely on the game to slow down a little bit and Morant will make a play or get a bucket.
Right.
So you can slow it down a little. But without him,
you
have to move the ball.
Everybody.
You got to right.
Yeah.
So you have to distribute the ball everywhere and let everybody get a touch and let them see what they can do.
Right.
So with him, you can go fast, but then you can slow down.
Yeah.
So later on in the series, without Ja, that's when it slowed down and you needed a bucket.
But you didn't have him there.
You didn't have him to create nothing or get you one. So that was the problem with that.
So it should have kept the speed. But what we can talk about was there were moments where we could see Memphis could definitely beat Golden State.
Oh yeah, Memphis was 20-5 without Ja.
Yeah.
So 22-5, I think. So they can win.
Right.
It's just the slow down moments.
Yeah.
Get a ball to me, get out the way. They didn't have that player.
If you compare Golden State, I know Golden State won the series, of course, but if you could compare their performance with Memphis, whose do you think would be better? Like, just overall performance. I know the L is what really matters. Me too. I was thinking that too. That's why I asked that question. I still feel like Memphis played better.
Is a faster and more athletic team than Golden State.
I mean, there were plenty of times when Golden State was in a deficit.
It was a lot of games.
Yeah.
Every game they were down at least 10 to 15.
And they just came back because they had Curry.
They had shooters.
Yeah.
They got shooters. And if you don't, and a lot of the players on Golden State team can shoot.
Yeah.
If you don't put hands or run them off the 3-point line and just go out there and just run it.
All of a sudden, they 10 miles ahead of you.
Because they shoot with hands in their face.
Yeah.
You just have to be there in position.
You think they practice that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So they the best shooting team, but Memphis was the more athletic and fast team.
Yeah.
So the athleticism should have gotten you to win, but when you lead them shooters for 2 seconds, lights out.
That's why we couldn't decide who would win, because it was between who gonna move. It's like this team move fast, athletic, keep going, keep the energy up. But this, you give them a little time, and it's three, and all of a sudden, you know
once Golden State slowed it down and ran their offense, and they moved the ball so fast, and Curry moved around and Clay moved so fast, before you know it, people wide open.
Right. Dang.
So they shoot. So
it would have been exciting to see, but I think Ja Morant would have been out anyway, right?
Yeah. So
he out. He was out.
Yeah,
right?
he was out. So I think if they had him, I think they could have pulled it off. But
so if they would have been playing against Dallas, Memphis, and I don't think they would have. What do you think? I don't know.
Yeah, I think Memphis would have beat them.
Oh, okay.
They very
without
athletic.
Ja.
No, with Ja. Not
that's
without
what I'm saying. Because if Ja was out?
No.
He still would have been out. Because I think he was still hurt right now.
You had nobody to go mano a mano with Luka.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Now, if
like Tatum did with Giannis.
Right. If they would have skated by for some magical reason and went on to Dallas, but Ja was still hurt and they didn't have him, they would have been murdered.
They'd have won some games.
You think?
because they went 22-5 without Ja, so they know
That's
how to
true,
win.
But I feel
So
like
they might
Luka
it might have been a gentleman's sweep, or they would have won 2 games.
I don't know. I just feel like Luka
in Memphis they'll win. They're
That's
pretty
true.
good team in Memphis when they go home.
That's true.
So
Okay.
I give them maybe 1 or 2 games, but without Ja, they ain't gonna win the series because you can't match Luka. He gonna get faulted.
Yeah.
Now Curry's matching Luka. Curry's scoring. Everybody's scoring on Golden State team from everywhere, so they can match what Luka's doing. But
yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That's what we're talking about. So now we're gonna talk about what's left, what's going on right now. So Golden State versus Dallas. Series now is 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought. I don't know what I thought, but I think everybody thought that Golden State was gonna win this last game, but Dallas was kind of like, nah, you ain't gonna just sweep us like that.
No. Look, step back wasn't happening.
No, we watched the last game. It was pretty good, but it was just amazing. Like, what happened with Golden State? Like, what happened?
Dallas been having the same shots the whole series.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
Honestly, they've been having the same
And
wide
they
open
wasn't
threes.
as hot as Golden State.
No, they had wide open shots.
I know they had wide open shots, but they were missing wide open shots. So I'm like, they were not. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, hot's different from consistent.
Okay.
They wasn't consistently hitting it.
Okay.
Hot is
like you can't miss.
Hot, that's hot.
But I feel like Golden State was you can't miss. Previous games.
Golden State wasn't hot either. They've been missing a lot too. Yeah, they've been shooting bad too. They've been shooting really bad. Whoever hit the most threes win. Right. Golden State was making enough of them.
Are they both like 3-pointer teams?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, Golden State has the better shooters. Dallas has a lot of athleticism again, like Memphis.
Once again.
But they had some wide open shots that they just missed, wide open. And I was like, man, if y'all hit them, they could actually be up 2-1 in the series right now.
Yeah.
Or 3, they can be up 3-0. It was that close.
I saw the game last night. Draymond would get frustrated because they were missing assignments and Luka wide open.
But they had the same shots the whole series, so he was mad. But Golden State clogged the lane, so you can't get layups.
Yeah.
So they want you to shoot threes.
But why would they want?
They don't think Dallas can shoot as good as they can shoot, I guess.
Okay, like I said, change their mentality.
Like I said, Luka's gonna penetrate. He's not athletic, but he has a lot of athletic players on his team that can cut to the rim, get layups. So Golden State shut that down and turned their athletic players to shooters, right? Making them shoot.
Yeah.
They just wasn't hitting.
So you said they did this in that last game?
They've been doing that the whole series.
Oh, okay, closing the lanes. Okay.
Closing the lanes. So last night, you gonna give me that?
They
made you pay for it.
Yeah.
So, but they've been having it. So Golden State defense is not the same to me.
So what kind of adjustments does Golden State need to make now?
They're gonna do the same thing. Because they're gonna feel like y'all can't outshoot us. We shoot better than y'all. We move the ball better. We're a better scoring team. Which Golden State is the best. So you don't think that
last game will make them like double?
No.
Like no. But you think is that a good place to? Is that a good thing to think? Like okay, y'all can keep with that. Y'all can keep thinking.
If Coach Curry that confident in Curry, Clay, and the rest of them shooters on his team, he's not gonna change it. Okay. They're gonna have to keep doing that to beat him.
Okay, look.
Cause you know how he think about Curry. No, I'm saying you know how he think about Curry, best shooter ever. Which a lot of people think about Curry, best shooter ever, and Clay, one of the best shooters ever. Mm-hmm. So in his mind, you're not gonna shoot my dudes, man.
Okay.
That's just his mentality.
I
ain't mad at that. That's confidence in your players. I know.
I can see that.
So, nah.
So what's your prediction?
Do I think Dallas can go cold again? Yeah. Do
I
think they can get hot though? Yeah. So, and they're going to San Francisco now. So we'll see.
Oh.
We'll see.
So do we think this is going to be
We'll see. And you know how that crowd be out there.
Crazy.
So, but I know Luka likes to mess. So he's going out there. Messy. Yeah, he's going out there with that look.
He's so messy. Yeah, he do be giving faces like.
Yeah, them faces be nasty. I like them faces. He a little bit better than Trae Young with the shimmy and all that.
Yeah. Oh, he did do a little shimmy last night, but Draymond and his atmosphere.
I mean, Curry be doing his little dance. You know,
they in their building. You know what I'm saying? So the crowd might pump him up. So what's
It's
your
gonna be
prediction?
crazy. I don't have one. I don't have one.
You don't have to do it?
Because if they get that team them threes again, they start getting hot. I really don't.
You know, I think the crowd
a few years ago, I would say it's over. But Golden State defense is not the same. Curry's older.
What's
Draymond's
changed?
older. They're older.
Okay.
Klay Thompson's coming off the injury. He's a little older. He's not playing defense like he used to.
Just because of his injury, I think.
Yeah.
Klay.
So he's not 100% back to Klay. So I don't trust their defense enough. 2 years ago, it's old. Yeah. But right now, I don't know. Yeah. Because Memphis having a 15-point lead every game. Yeah. Dallas beat them by 12 to 13. Their defense not the same. So
I don't think they're the same thing.
You know.
Okay. And last but not least, we got the Boston Miami series that's still going on. That's part of what's left. It's 2-2.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Buckets got to get you 40.
Yeah.
45.
Yeah.
If Jimmy Buckets don't get you 40 or 45, they're going to lose.
Was Tatum, was that the last game bad for Tatum or the game before that?
The game before.
The game before, yeah. Tatum, he made like 7 points?
Yeah, 10. I think 10, something like that.
Yeah,
7 or 10 points.
that was a little like, ooh, what happened to him?
He stopped shooting. I don't know. A lot of these players do that. If they miss a few shots or they're getting held, if they're getting held on defense or somebody grab, they get frustrated and they just stop playing. Back in the day, we like that. Yeah. You grabbing me and hope, okay, I'm going to use your aggression against you. Nowadays, they go,
what's the whistle?
Stop grabbing. Come on, ref. You calling the ref name so much, you're out of your game.
Yeah.
So I see that a lot, and I can't stand that.
Oh, I know.
You talk
one of those things
to the refs too much.
LeBron could be a little talkative to the...
Luka look at the ref every time he make a bucket.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm tired. The same face.
I know.
I was like, man, come on, bro.
I don't like any player that just always having conversations with the ref. Like, come on, come back and play. You know.
And in reality, it always ends up being the bucket on the other end.
Exactly.
With all that talking you were doing, they go score, and now you're like, because you talking to the referee on call you didn't get him, you wasn't getting anyway. So, I think Boston's gonna pull this off though. I think that defense is too good for Miami. And Miami doesn't have enough offense. And Boston has just enough offense with Brown, with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And then you got Grant Williams hitting threes. Yeah. And you got everybody else chiming in hitting threes. Yeah. It's going to be hard to beat Boston. Yeah. And then their defense just not gonna let you be comfortable. No. Especially when Marcus Smart come back. Yeah. That's a totally different team. Yeah. Lowry made a difference too. Kyle Lowry made a difference. Yes. But I think if I want to put apples to oranges and get Kyle Lowry out there, and then get
Kyle Lowry was healthy enough to be out there?
He probably was, but then probably wasn't.
Yeah, he seemed like he was holding back a little bit.
I think so. I don't think he's that comfortable yet. But if I want to put Marcus Smart out there and Kyle Lowry, I think I'll take Marcus Smart. Mm-hmm. Marcus Smart he got hurt. He got hurt.
Has a high Lowry has a high IQ.
Yeah, his leadership. Yeah. But I can say the same for Marcus Smart.
That's true.
His leadership, high IQ,
even
tough.
When he was out,
they're kind of similar.
Yeah, they are.
But Marcus Smart just defensively different because he can guard any position.
Right.
So defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
That makes Boston different. Yeah. So he went in the back off an injury.
So you're ready to make predictions for this one?
Yeah, I think Boston just defensively, once they lock down, you ain't doing that. Best defensive team in the playoffs, period.
All right.
Pooh.
I hear you.
I missed that. I've been wanting to do that for a long time.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that's all we got then. It's all playoffs. Like, that's really what we talk about in the sports world right now. It's very interesting. These series have been straight entertainment. Now we looking forward to this draft. So the draft's coming up soon. Okay. So we'll see which one of these young players gonna come in and make an impact, but we'll do that another day. But that is exciting. So I'm excited about that. See what these teams and home teams put in with what they got. Yeah. So it's gonna be exciting. Absolutely. Well, I think we've taken up enough of your time. We appreciate y'all stopping by.
Yeah.
You don't have to go home, but you got to get up out of here. We got things
Today.
to do.
Today.
Once again, thank you so much for being here with us, listening to us. Remember, you can check us out on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Make sure you click on the notifications so you know every time we have a new episode. Even though we may not have one on YouTube, we'll always have the audio podcast on those venues. So.
And also on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, on Facebook.
Y'all fall in, y'all follow us, and hit the tag, baby.
Yeah.
So y'all can get us in there. You know what I mean?
Yes, you want to know
Appreciate
what we
the love.
doing and when we do.